What's up, guys? This is gonna be a take one of the Dustin and Blake 500 contest sub. Go check them out. I'm doing this really late at night, so I'm trying to be really quiet. So Dustin always and Blake always bring the hardest of the hard video responses, and it was a dilemma. I was like, should I do this one? So this is my first attempt to do one of their actual video responses. Anyway, go check them out. Father and son team. And occasionally other siblings show up here and there. So that's cool. It's a it's a family affair. Sometimes a little surprises here and there. Anyway, they wanted us to do the sports. Some people say call it the sports Mount Rushmore, or I don't know how to say it. I'm not too cool like the other people. Anyway, um, this was a really hard one. So he said don't do any honorable mentions. So I'm not gonna do any. Oh, at least I'll try. the the first pick is gonna be easy. I'm not like the biggest basketball fan, but I started watching basketball probably back in the early '90s. That's when I really started getting into it. Knicks fan. But I did watch. We had some epic battles with the Bulls at the time, and Michael Jordan was the man. So I saw him at his height. This is my personal opinion. I mean, he transcended the sport. I mean, he really got me into the sport, and I think people are going to be talking about him for years to come. I'm not going to talk about statistics because, you guys know about him. If you don't know who Michael Jordan is, I don't know where you've been. If you've been living for at least the last 50 years, you know who Jordan is. Um, anyway, or you can be older, obviously, but just saying. So, Jordan's obviously my first pick, and I mean, he was the man. He's the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. He's a freaking GOAT. I mean, he could even play baseball. I mean, I think his age caught up with him trying to, play baseball as well. And I think you can get away with it. A basketball player and a baseball player could get away with it. They could probably play both sports. The only thing is you got to be careful with your legs and stuff. That's a very important thing in both sports. So just be trying to get very flexible with your legs. You know. Anyway, that's besides the point. I don't want to make this video too long. I start rambling on. But Jordan is my first pick, obviously. So I wanted to pick a hockey player because I don't watch much hockey, but there's a hockey player that really transcends the sport. I think because I grew up in the '80s and the '90s, and then obviously this player played probably in the late '80s to the into the '90s and stuff like that. And I'm talking about, of course, Wayne Gretzky. Um, he's like just dominance in hockey is just amazing. I don't even, I mean, I started watching hockey probably like I would say probably in 2000, the playoffs and stuff like that, probably in 2000 or 2002. So I kind of got in the Olympics and stuff like that. And so uh, Dwayne Gretzky was one of those guys that made me want to watch the sport, even though I didn't watch it back then when he was at his prime. Obviously, I don't want to, deny that. Like I said, I just kind of started getting into it in the last few years, and but I still got some hockey cards from around that era. Just a few, not too many. So that's one pick. That's the second pick. And then the third person on the Mount Rushmore of sports is, oh, my battery is low. Sorry about that. So this might be this. I might be another take. Um, third person is I wanted it to be a football player, and the football player that I'm gonna pick is I grew up watching a bit of football in the mid '90s, so I kind of grew up around Steve Young, Deion Sanders, a little bit of obviously Reggie Bush, Eddie George, stuff like that, those players. But of course, Barry Sanders was the man, and that's who I'm picking. I mean, when I used to see him just run, it was amazing. It was like a ballet. You know, I don't know else to tell you. It was just like wow, it was crazy. He was the man when he played, and the he played for a long time. And running backs, they don't have a long shelf life in the NFL. I mean, getting hit all the time, it does take a toll to your body. I've played on pickup football, and we've played tackle, and the next day your bones be hurting, and as you get older, oh, that's not gonna be the best feeling. Believe me, I'm just saying. So I think what the way Barry dodged a lot of tackles and stuff like that, it was just amazing. I don't know, he was just dominant about around his time. And I know Dustin, you wanted like around the a time frame because I'm gonna say I forgot to mention people that were living around the time I was living. Obviously, so I seen him play with my personal eyes. I would pick older players, but it just like you said, a card you only wanted to pick four. So anyway, that's why I picked Barry. And you could read his stats. You could go check him out. He's just dominant. At least at the time he was playing. And that's my pick for the third person. How many minutes am I? I'm in 7 minutes. I'm sorry, this is a long video. I ran on a lot. And the fourth person, of course, I wanted to be a baseball player. And sorry, just making sure I don't get interrupted. Baseball player would be, I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm not going to pick a Yankee. I just thought it was too obvious, obviously. And I think some of you guys may know who I'm going to pick. He's known as the Iron Man, obviously a Hall of Famer, Cal Ripken Jr. I mean, besides Ken Griffey Jr., this man is the evidence of work ethic. His work ethic was amazing. He had to play the way he played. The record that he stands for, playing straight games without being injured or taken out of a game. Well, at least he played technically more than 7 innings in each game. It's just amazing. I don't think the toll that your body takes, even playing, baseball is not the most physical sport, but it's definitely takes its toll on you, even if you're not getting constantly tackled or thrown a ball at you, because all that stuff hurts. And yeah, so that's my fourth pick, and I hope you like it. Like I said, this is more personal, if anything. So I'll see you guys later. You know what to do. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to Dustin and Blake. They're the coolest cats. And when I say cats, they're even cooler because I'm a cat person. But I do like the dogs, obviously. I do like dogs. I'll see you guys now later on the next one. You know what to do.